Welcome to the deep dive. We are jumping straight into James Ken's The Living Flow. Now, this has been called a definitive text for, a new era of consciousness. One that specifically rejects the need for any charismatic leader or any traditional doctrine. Okay, so let's unpack the system. It's really designed for you, the autonomous learner.
And what's fascinating here is how Ken even establishes his authority. He calls himself a systems designer, Shake T. And for anyone unfamiliar, he's using Shake T not as a religious thing, but to mean like the creative power in designing a framework.
Right, and his credentials aren't academic.
Not at all. They're rooted in the quiet dignity of daily life. He literally defines his family as his temple. So that immediately grounds the system as, well, explicitly post-authoritarian.
And if it's genuinely post-authoritarian, it has to actively prevent new dependencies from forming, which is where this idea of regulatory opacity comes in, right? It just refuses to give you the answers.
Yeah, exactly. It's there to stop you from looking for a rubric or some kind of external validation.
So what does this all mean for what he calls the base soul, this state of borrowed certainty that he's trying to dismantle?
Well, the base soul is what's always seeking that validation, always looking for an outside authority. And crucially, it often confuses these, temporary altered states with genuine grounded insight.
So a peak experience isn't the goal.
Not at all. Ken's system replaces that with presence, which he defines as the willingness to remain. It just means showing up even when the work becomes heavy, dull, or unresolvable. It's an internal posture of endurance, not escape.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me, because to anchor this, he brings in the Uttaravayu Sanskrit poem. If the whole system is about rejecting doctrine, why lean on an ancient text? I mean, doesn't that feel like a contradiction?
It's a really powerful distinction he makes. You're not asked to believe in the text. It's treated as a kind of vibrational tool. He argues that by using a dense ancient language, you bypass the part of your brain that wants to argue or categorize it. It just becomes pure data. And the key line, the one that really holds it all, translates to, Parivartanam anantam, change is infinite, and I move with it.
So the poem isn't the dogma, it's the operating system update.
It's the operating system update, precisely. And the daily protocol and the Sanskrit verses are meant to be one truly.
Meaning you're meant to live the poem.
You're literally living the poem.
Yeah.
The verses line up exactly with the principles for each hour of the day. And yeah, it starts intensely early. The day begins at 3 a.m. for what he calls quiet awakening.
3 a.m., that is demanding. And I saw it include specific techniques like the base 60 breathing, 6 seconds in, 6 hold, 6 out, 6 hold. Why that specific rhythm? Is it more than just, resetting the nervous system?
It is. That base 60 count anchors everything in the physical and the measurable reality of your own body. He insists on linking mental focus to that rhythm to nourish prana, the life force. By locking the breath, you're stabilizing the physical container so that presence can actually take root. The discipline is the insight.
That makes perfect sense. It shifts the goal away from some emotional peak and towards, rigorous embodiment. So the transition isn't through instruction, it's through engagement. You move from the heroic narrative of escape to the story of remaining.
Exactly. The ultimate goal is just autonomy. It's that deep, embodied realization that true insight can't be handed over. Ken's framework isn't giving you answers. It's giving you the container for your own discovery.
Which brings us right back to his big statement on the system's purpose. He says, the system is not here to define truth, but to prevent error. The rest is yours.
Yeah. And that leaves an important question for you, the learner. What fundamental assumptions, what borrowed certainties are you willing to strip away to find your own path?